Hi beautiful people, this channel is all about self-reflection and motivation. So please subscribe, like this video in the end if you really love it, and be a part in something is going to be amazing. Guys, I'm Ladi, and today the subject is the Black woman feminism. Guys, the first human being born in Africa, comparatively to what you've been told and what you believe, the first human being born in Africa thousands and thousands of years ago. African women are the first feminists on this world. Before the post-colonialism and the colonialism, African continent was a matriarchal patrimony. That means that the social stature of African people was by the mother, before the first mate with the European people in the middle of the 15th century. When the feminism movement started in Europe in 1960s, the African continent counted hundreds and hundreds black feminist figures before the movement in Europe in the 1960s. But first of all, guys, what is the meaning of feminism? A feminism and the feminist is a woman who believes and fight for the equality right between woman and man. On the social aspect, economic aspect, and political aspect. In the oldest Africa, before the invasion of the European people in the middle of the 15th century, the stature of the African woman was really important. In the oldest Africa, the woman role was central and essential in the social and political statement. Life was fairly division of labor between man and woman. But with the European invasion and the European colonialism in the middle of the 15th century, Africa was introduced to the Christianity, and African woman's life began deteriorate. So guys, as you understand, the feminism movement doesn't really start in Europe in the 1960s, but the feminism movement always been everywhere in the part of the world, but especially in Africa. But on that time, the African people couldn't find the word to define what was the feminism. So now I'm going to give you 4 examples of 4 black women who was a pioneer about feminism on them time. For me, the first black woman who was a pioneer about feminism and who we can really and clearly identify as a feminist activist is Ramsam Kuti. Ramsam Kuti was a Nigerian activist. Born in October 25, 1990s, Ramsam Kuti attended the CEO Educational Abeokuta Grammar School, where she was the first female who studied enrolled. In 1919, she was in Britain for a school for girls in Sheffield, before she returned in Nigeria in 2022. She demonstrated the first sign of a rejection of the British imperialism, dropping her Christian name, Friends Abigail, and adopting her Yoruba name, Ola Fumilayo, or Fumilayo, meaning in Yoruba languages speak in Nigeria, God has given me joy. Fumilayo Ramsam Kuti was the first woman who obtained her driving lesson in Nigeria. She was the first African woman who drove her own car in the 19th in Nigeria. In 1931, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti helped to establish the Obeokuta Ladies Club in Nigeria. The club was focused on charity work, sewing, catering, and adult education class. By the 1914, the club was moving more in a political direction, inspired by an illiterate friend who asked her help learning how to read. Funmilayo Ransom Kuti began organizing madrasa workshop for market women through the club, and she subsequently gained a greatest understanding of social and political inequality faced by the Nigerian woman. Therefore, she established the Abeokuta Women Union and fought the women's right, demanding better representation of women in local governing bodies and the end to unfair tax on women markets. Around the 1949, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti advocated for Nigerian women the right to vote and became a number of international peace and women rights. In the 1950s, she deeply acted for the independence of her country, Nigeria. When Nigeria was finally independent in October 1st, 1960s, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti was not just a feminist, a black feminist activist. She was also the mother of the greatest musician, Fela Kuti. Funmilayo Ransom Kuti also received the Lemon Peace Prize and was awarded membership in the Orders of the Niger for her work. She died at 77 after being wounded in a military raid of family property. Funmilayo Ransom Kuti inspired all of the women in her generation and inspired billion African women and Africans from the diaspora for her work, her social and political engagement and position for the woman right. So guys, my second example of the black woman pioneer on feminism is Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, she is an African American born in slavery in Maryland in America. Harriet escaped slavery in the North in 1849. Between the 1850 and 1860, Harriet made 90 trips from the south to the north, following the Underground Railroad. She guided more than 300 people, including her parents, and several sublimed from slavery to freedom, earning the nickname of Moses for her leadership. Harriet was first encountered the Underground Railroad when she used it to escape slavery herself. In 1849, following a bout of her illness and the death of her owner, Harriet decided to escape slavery in the Maryland for Philadelphia. Harriet Tubman helped hundreds African American people to escape slavery and immigrate in Canada. Harriet Tubman was also active during the Civil War, working for the Union Army as a cook and nurse. Harriet Tubman quickly became an army scout and sea. Harriet Tubman was one of the first Black women who led an army expedition in the Civil War. She guided the Combahee River raid which liberated more than 700 slaves in the south of Carolina. Harriet Tubman died of pneumonia on March 10, 1913, surrounded by friends and family at the age of 93. She was buried with military honor at Fort Hill Cemetery in Auburn. So guys, my third example of a Black woman who was a pioneer of feminism is Madam C.G. Walker. Madam C.G. Walker was the first Black millionaire in America and made her fortune thanks to her homemade line of hair care products for Black women. Madam C.G. Walker was inspired to create her hair products after an experience with her hair lost. In 1905, her hair products, Wonder Hair, Grower Glossing, and Vegetable Shampoo began to gain a loyal following, changing her fortune. In 1908, Madam G.C. Walker opened a beauty school and manufactory in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to empower and educate many Black women to a beauty industry and selling. The school was named to her daughter Layla. In 1910, she moved her business headquarters in Indianapolis, a city with access to the railroad for distribution and large population. When Madam G.C. Walker transferred her business operation to Indianapolis, the Madam G.C. Walker Manufacturing Company has become wielding successfully, with profits that the modern day equivalent to several $1 billion. Madam G.C. Walker's philosophy of cleanliness and loveliness has means of advancing the stature of African American people. In 1916, Madam G.C. Walker immersed herself into social and political culture of the Harlem Renaissance. She founded philanthropy that include educational scholarship and donation to home for the elderly, the NAACP and National Conference launching, among other organizations, focus on improving the life of African American people. Madam G.C. Walker died of hypertension March 25, 1919, at age of 51, at Villa Lewara. In 1927, Madam G.C. Walker building an art center that she has become work before her died, was opened in Indianapolis, an important African American cultural center. For decades, it is now registered National Historic Landmark. In 1998, the United States Postal Service used at the stamp of Madam G.C. Walker as a part of of his Black Heritage series. By her determination, courage, and innovation, Madame G.C. Walker emancipate and inspire and empower hundreds and hundreds African American women. So my last example of a Black woman who was a pioneer on feminism is Queen Nandi. Queen Nandi is a South African woman, also known as Mjimingji, of the Molongo clan in South Africa. Queen Nandi was the mother of Saka Zulu, one of the most greatest king Africa never had. Queen Nandi born around the 1760s. In 1787, she delivered Saka Zulu. After her and Shaka Kasen Zengakuna, the king of the Zulu kingdom on that time, engaged in an act of ukusoma. Ukusoma in the Zulu means sex without penetration. Beyond ukusoma result Nandi pregnancy. When the Mlongo clan announced to the king of Zulu Nandi pregnancy, the Zulu tribe refused Nandi pregnancy because Nandi was not apart from the Zulu kingdom. When Nandi delivered her son Shaka Zulu, the Zulu kingdom was forced to welcome her and her son Shaka Zulu. But Nandi was constantly rejected, insulted, and humiliated by the Zulu people. After many years of bad treatment by the Zulu kingdom, Nandi refused to be used as a reward to Sanzakuna, the king of the Zulu kingdom. She bravely takes her courage and leaves the Zulu kingdom. On deciding to leave the Zulu clan and the Zulu kingdom, that act made by Nandi was extremely courageous on that time, because most of the women on South Africa and in the Zulu kingdom was submissive, refusing to challenge the status quo. Nandi devoted her life to her son and her sublime, protecting them, seeking refuge, and later finding him the best mentor in Injingwayo and Mgoman. And later on, when Shaka Zulu reached the adult age, raised by Imam Nandi and him mentor. With the best education and warrior training, Shaka Zulu, accompanied to him mother Queen Nandi and him mentor, go back to the Zulu kingdom to claim him crown as a king after him father, the king of Zulu, died. With a lot of violence and force, Queen Nandi and Shaka Zulu win the Zulu kingdom, and Shaka Zulu finally become the king of the Zulu clan, the Zulu kingdom. Nandi was an incredible woman of courage and audacity, who teach to him song Saka Zulu that the South African people was one. She also teach to him song Shaka Zulu, the greatest king of the Zulu kingdom, to be resilient and to do never succumb of pressure. Shaka Zulu governed the Zulu kingdom during 12 years. And her mother, Queen Nandi, was one of him military strategy advisor. Queen Nandi died at 67 years old because women are about more than merely give a birth and raising child. Nandi was not important because she gave a birth to one of the greatest leaders the South African kingdom never had, Shaka Zulu. But because of her standing will, her resilience, and her setting an example to billion Romans to do not set for less. Thank you so much, guys. We finally reached that subject of the Black woman feminism and the Black woman feminist. Please let me know in the comments if you still think that the movement of the feminism born in Europe in the 1960s, or if you think like that the European feminists just find the word who define the feminism and use that in the 1960s as a pioneer of the feminism. Thank you so much, guys, and please don't leave this channel without subscribe. There is nothing to lose, but you will challenge so much more your own reflection. Click on the right button, like this video, share this video. I kiss you a lot and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Bye.